Hi, I'm Blake Morgan. I'm a professional speaker, and you're about to see a tiny sampling of the thousands of hours I have spent teaching business people all around the world the power of customer experience. Through a mix of storytelling and research, I give practical strategies the audience can use as soon as they leave the building. I believe in infotainment. It should be fun and engaging to learn the secrets of the world's most customer-centric companies. I've never been happier to be back on the road, meeting new faces as we enjoy being in each other's presence again. Take a look. Customer experience is not a division. Customer experience is not a discipline. Customer experience is a decision. It's a decision that each employee has to make every single day. And they do that when their thoughts point them toward a customer experience mindset. These are the people that jump up out of bed in the morning, excited to serve the customer. They welcome the challenges that come with dealing with customers. They get excited for problems. The reason this matters so much is no one at the company can tell you you have to be customer-centric. Because day in and day out, making decisions all day, it is very challenging to do what's best for the customer. Most companies make the mistake of being product-centric over being customer-centric. Because anyone can build an experience in their garage that people by and large hate, reconstruct it, and it can become the next Amazon. The research is there that if we make employees feel good, if we invest in their mental health and what they need at work, which I can tell you is not what they needed before COVID, it's different now. Do we even know what that is? Have we asked them, how are you doing? Like really, how are you doing?
Here to explain how we're influenced by retail marketers is customer experience expert and author of The Customer of the Future, Blake Morgan.
We're in a world where the best customer experience is often one where you never have to contact customer service. So not only did I not really leave the house for a year and a half, I had a baby in 2020. I had a COVID baby. No, my son didn't have COVID, but he was born in 2020. And so many of our lives look so much different in the last 18 months than any of us anticipated. It's a company with thousands of employees that are all individually changing their thoughts. And imagine the impact you can have on the world. Every day you are doing the good work. But is that commitment to walking a mile in the customer's shoes, to asking for truth, to saying yes to accountability, to making small improvements every day? It is by using this framework called WAYS that I believe you can be even more successful than you already are. I believe in the power of customer experience. I know that it doesn't just transform your company. It doesn't just transform your customer. I believe customer experience can transform you. How we talk at work matters. The culture of our offices matter. And it's that customer experience mindset, that hunger for innovation,
to make things better every single day for everybody. It matters. Customer experience mindset is the most important thing I'm going to tell you today. It's completely free, and you can decide that you have it the minute you leave those doors. You see, I've been studying customer experience for over 15 years. And what I noticed in the last year is that customer experience became the only thing that mattered to people. Why is that? Because customers were more stressed than they've ever been. And so as a customer, you know that you no longer cared about loyalty because there were bigger stressors in your life. As a customer, you wanted to do business with the company that simply made your life easier and better. And that's it. And so now we're facing a business world where customer experience has emerged as really the only thing that differentiates a business. And customer experience now looks different because all of us, our lives have changed. And so many of us, we picked up new behaviors during COVID that we don't want to let go of. You see, 73% of customers changed the way they shopped during COVID. And a lot of the innovation in technology, contactless payments, how we buy, customers don't want to go back to the way things were. And now we're living in a time where people are starting to realize that life is short. And tomorrow, we don't know what is coming. So we have to embrace the day. And what does that mean? That means that people realize that things don't matter that much. That it's actually experiences that matter. Our relationships. The feeling of kissing and hugging your grandchildren and having your family close. Or going somewhere like Orlando to SeaWorld or Disney World and experiencing that with your family. I'd much rather pay a lot of money for that than some type of item or object. And so what does that mean for you? That now we're living in a world where customers have very high expectations. We no longer live in a world that's black and white because inspiration is everywhere. And today, the winnings go to the creative problem solver that understands that really we're only all in the business of doing two things: making customers' lives easier and making customers' lives better. And if we're not doing that, we're not going to be in business for long.
Customer experience is a decision. It's not a discipline. It's a decision every single day to wake up and do better, to care more. Because every day, no matter if you are the most high achieving person or you're just starting out in your career and you don't even know where to start, you have to wake up every single day and decide to have that energy for influencing change. The energy for your customers, the energy to care. Because it doesn't matter what you've done in the past. Customer experience is like a live thing. The past is not relevant. Customer experience is something you have to do every single day. Every morning you have to decide that you want to show up and carry that energy, that smile, to go above and beyond, because otherwise, what inspires us to go above and beyond? It's not going to be external forces. It has to come from that internal motivation every single day to decide. So it is a decision. It is not necessarily a discipline. There are 4 things you need to do if you want to live a life that shows that you have made the decision. You have made the decision to lead with customer experience. Those 4 things include number 1, getting feedback.
If you don't get feedback, you can't be successful. It's the same with anything in life. Even as a speaker, that's my job. I have to understand what is working, what is not working. And if you're afraid to hear that feedback, that's okay. But if you aren't willing to hear feedback, and I'm talking to you CEOs, you have got to be in the contact center, listening to customers and understanding what are the pain points. So that's number one. Number two, walk a mile in the customer's shoes. You have to know what the customer is going through. Where are the vibe killers in the experience? And if you don't walk through that customer journey and know the experience for them at every step, then you can't differentiate on experience. You have to know, and that knowledge is power. Number three, accountability of the self. I can't think of a more important bullet today for you than accountability. Life is hard. We can do hard things, but we have to hold ourselves accountable. If you find that that internal voice is one of excuses, of the blame game, that's not going to work, because this is a world that requires all of us to show up every day and hold ourselves accountable. That doesn't mean we have to beat ourselves up, but that means that the days of making excuses as for why things aren't going the way we want them to, those are over. Those are over, because the world rewards people that work hard, but also hold themselves accountable. And that means showing up for the customer and really creating an experience that we can be proud of for them. But it's also for you watching this from your home office or even maybe your couch. Accountability is the most important thing you have to do in your life, because you are not a child and nobody else is going to hold you accountable. You have to hold yourself accountable every single day and live a life that you are proud of. Number four, iterate, iterate, iterate. If you have gotten the feedback, if you've walked a mile in the customer's shoes, if you have made those changes and you've hold yourself and your teams accountable, then number four, you should be thinking, okay, did those changes that we implement do anything? Do we need to iterate? Do we need to shift? Do we need to pivot? What else can we do to make it perfect? And that iteration, that nimbleness, that flexibility, that we're always innovating. We're always moving and shifting to ensure that we are still relevant to the customer. We're always doing a good job. We have to be willing to iterate every single day. The bigger the company, the harder this is to do. But those of you watching in your own life, we always have to find ways to get the feedback and then think about how we're doing. How are we doing? And then continue to improve every single day. Customer experience is not a discipline. It's a decision. And with these 4 tips, every day you can start to differentiate and be a customer experience leader for your business and for yourself.